Well, hello, fellow theater enthusiasts. Welcome to the wonderful world of Broadway West. I'm your host, Marcus Lovingood, the founder and artistic director over here at Broadway West, and I am joined here by my wonderful co-host and associate artistic director, Michelle Belmont. Welcome, Michelle.
Hi, Marcus.
Welcome back.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here again.
Oh, my gosh, in a new place. So we're absolutely thrilled to have you join us on this extraordinary adventure through the heart of downtown Los Angeles and its vibrant theater district.
Today, we are coming to you live from the Globe Theater here on Broadway. Before we bring out our amazing guests, I wanted to sit down with Marcus and talk about our upcoming Broadway West Theatre Fest.
I'm so excited.
We are so excited. We are in the planning stages right now. It's all we can talk about, all we can think about.
Yes.
But I wanted to ask you a few questions so we can give our viewers and listeners a little inside scoop on the festival.
Yes.
So first of all, we've talked a lot at Broadway West about bringing new theater to downtown Los Angeles. That's part of our vision. How will this festival go about bringing that vision to life?
So this is the first iteration and our first kind of jumping in headfirst on actually activating these historic theaters. We've done some small events in the past, but this is going to be our first professional foray into actually bringing pieces that have never been seen by the public to Broadway in downtown Los Angeles, which I am just ecstatic to do. It's been over 7 years we've been here, and we're finally able to actually get into the theater side of it.
It's all happening. It's finally happening.
It's happening. We're so excited.
So it's a festival. So there's going to be multiple pieces. You have a vision for how many pieces you want to perform, and are they going to be fully staged?
It's a great question. So this is the first time we're doing this.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to be learning a lot when it comes to how many, like you said, how many pieces we do, what the lineup is going to look like. But hopefully we're going to have a good number of both plays and musicals to be able to. Yes, I know. We'll have both.
Great.
I'm so excited that we'll be able to bring to the public on both of the days of the festival. I think that, it's basically going to be readings and performances on both of the days. So we'll see how many we can fit in. Great.
And are you visioning musicians on stage with stands? Or are we talking fully staged? What's the vision? What can we expect?
I wish we could do fully staged.
Sure.
that is probably like our 10th anniversary, right?
Yeah.
But this is going to be a scaled down, pretty much just performers on stage doing what we love seeing and doing what they do best.
Yeah.
Right? And so one day, the first day is going to be just plays, which means we'll just have staged readings of shows that people submit to and choose, of course. So the second day is just going to be music, meaning for the musicals, we're just going to have our performers on stage just singing through the cast album of the show.
Amazing.
Yes, to a live band on stage for each of the acts.
Okay. And that's a whole unique experience in itself that sometimes is more fun because you can really live in the world and hear the words a little bit better. It's less about the spectacle and more about the story, about the characters, about what they're saying, what they're singing. So a very intimate theater experience.
I was so inspired by the anniversary of Les Miserables.
That's what I was just picturing. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
When I was a child seeing that, what was interesting to me was I didn't even really realize until later that they were just standing and singing at microphones. I could see it, but it wasn't so foreign to me. I was just enamored by it, right? And so there's such an opportunity there where we can just enjoy the music and really have an amazing experience without having blocking, without having, huge set pieces.
Yeah.
And I found it really amazing that I was so captivated just by the music, people standing at microphones, and I do believe that we can do that here at Broadway West,
absolutely.
in the Broadway West Theatre Fest.
Absolutely. I love that. So we've talked a lot about wanting to use this festival to reach underrepresented groups and give them more of a voice, a stage. Are there any marginalized or historically underrepresented groups you especially want to hear from when it's time for submissions?
That's a great question. So one of the core tenets of the Broadway West mission is what I like to call extreme diversity. And that means giving indigenous groups, giving stories that wouldn't traditionally be able to have a stage, a professional stage, the ability to be staged here at Broadway West. And that can be anywhere from BIPOC writers and producers to, like I just said, indigenous storytelling, which I actually was exposed to. I went to Peru recently, and I was exposed to Andean music in particular.
Wow.
And I was absolutely captivated by it. And I can't think of a Broadway musical that was based on Andean traditions or culture.
No.
So there's so many amazing stories from so many cultures that I'm just so excited to give a stage to and to give a voice to. And that really is what, not just what Broadway West is here for, but what this festival is here for, is to search out those stories that are not being told or not even given the ability to be told.
Right.
Give them a place to have a voice, and then hopefully have, a very nice long run on one of these theaters in Broadway, supported by our organization.
I love that reflects Los Angeles as a culture.
Oh, yes.
Because it's so diverse, and Lord knows we don't need more just heteronormative white stories anymore. We've heard enough.
We've heard enough.
We've heard that perspective enough, I think.
To stage, they've done it a lot. I've seen some really good ones.
Sure.
I have, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But
there's so many other stories.
So many more
that we don't get to hear.
Stories that deserve a place on the stage, and I'm just really excited that we're going to be able to bring that to life.
Amazing. So talk us through the selection process. Once people have submitted, what is that going to look like?
It's a great question. So we're going to have a programming board. Think of this much like a film festival,
okay,
where you have a board of programmers, extremely diverse group of programmers that are going to review submissions. So we're going to put out a request for proposal, pretty much just a request for submissions, and you'll submit. We haven't quite figured out what that submission is going to look like. It might be a script, it might be a video presentation, but some sort of online submission. And our programmers are going to be tasked at going through them, watching them, choosing the most compelling, the most awesome shows that we think would be fitting for this year, right? And as a programming board, based on how many slots we've figured out for each day, we'll all vote as a group on which shows are going to actually be staged for this festival. So it's going to be a very democratic process. There aren't going to be any backdoors or anything. This is democracy, in action in the arts that I'm just so excited to see. I know, diverse viewpoints, really bringing to the floor diverse programming. So I'm just so excited.
I love that. I love that. Well, thank you so much for chatting with me about the Broadway West Theatre Fest. I can't wait to see it to come to life.
Great.
Let's check out the video that we made.
Wonderful. I'm Marcus Levigood, Artistic Director of Broadway West. For the past 7 years, we've been on a mission to activate the historic theaters of downtown Los Angeles and create our own theater district. We've made great strides toward that goal, including building a large coalition of partners, achieving our 15,000 signature goal, and signing many of the theaters to our Theater Alliance.
I'm Jim Saratori, and I'm the Executive Director of Broadway West. Having the opportunity to activate our historic gems with budding projects has been a goal of ours since our inception, and we're finally able to make that dream a reality. As an architect, I've had the joy of seeing these spaces come to life, and we're excited to welcome you into these stunning theaters.
Hi, I'm Michelle Belmont. I'm the Associate Artistic Director at Broadway West. I am so excited to be a part of bringing this amazing vision to life.
This has brought us here to this exciting moment. Today, we're announcing the launch of our first ever Broadway West Theatre Festival. The Broadway West Theatre Fest will bring emerging theatrical projects to the stage on Broadway, exploring works by Indigenous, local, and worldwide artists. The festival will happen over 3 days and include straight plays and musicals that have never been seen by the public. So we are here at the newly renovated and recently reopened Globe Theater. One glance around, from the Art Deco design to the dazzling LED lights, you really kind of immediately get a feeling of this wonderful opulence. It's one of the most elegant theaters on Broadway in Los Angeles, and soon to be the newest member of the Broadway West Theatre Alliance. It is my absolute pleasure to introduce the owner and CEO of the Globe Theater, Houman Sarshar. Houman, welcome to the Broadway West podcast.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me here.
First off, before we get into these questions, I will have to say the Globe is one of my favorite theaters, period.
I share your feelings. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much for being such an incredible steward of this gem on Broadway. It's just stunning. I love it.
Thank you.
All right, shall we get into it?
Yes?
There's so much to love about the updates you've done here at the Globe, and I love that you've brought it to a modern style while still paying homage to the original architecture. What can you tell us about the history of this incredible theater?
Well, the Globe Theater was built in 1913 by a gentleman named Morosco. When it was built, it was the second theater in Los Angeles, the largest theater in Los Angeles. And a fun fact about the Globe Theater, when Morosco built this theater, he was vying with the industrialists of the Gilded Age in the East Coast, and he wanted to show them that, the West Coast can hold its own. So he built what back then was a very, very large theater. As a result of it, the Globe Theater on Broadway in Los Angeles set the bar for what is today known as Broadway Theater. And it's this theater on this Broadway. And since then, it's had several different iterations. For a while, it was a newsreel theater. And for a big chunk of its time after it was named the Globe Theater, it served the Mexican community in Los Angeles. It was a Mexican movie house. There was a Mexican wax theater museum on the upper floor.
Wow, there was a wax museum on the top floor?
In the upper floor of the office tower that is connected to the Garland Building tower. And in 1986, my father and some of his partners purchased the theater. And back then, the world outside on Broadway in downtown Los Angeles was very different. The theater was no longer viable as a movie theater. So the decision was made by the partnership to flatten out the floor and turn it into a swap meet. And I was here that summer with my father when the work was done, and we turned it into a swap meet. I was about 18 years old when it happened. I actually physically doing manual labor here.
I'm sure, like, fixing up all the booths.
Putting up sheetrock.
Wow.
In the mid 90s, it was decided that a better use for the space would be to use it as a nightclub. It had a couple of different operators, and today, as of 2020, November of 2024, I am the new operator of the Globe Theater. Spent a good year here every day, about 6 or 7 months of it mostly by myself, cleaning the Globe Theater.
So it's all thanks to you, just you, for how beautiful this place looks.
And a wonderful, dedicated team of co-workers, of subcontractors who painted every inch of the place. But yeah, it was a labor of love, and I'm thrilled to see it today.
So it's just incredible. It's giving me even like a higher end Studio 54 vibe. I just absolutely love it, what you've done with it.
It's interesting that you say that. When Madonna wanted to shoot her one of her videos, I will remember the name of the song quickly. She was looking for to shoot it inside the Studio 54.
Oh, wow. In New York.
The plot of the video was God Control. The plot was a night at Studio 54 that ends up in a shooting. And they came to the Globe Theater. A few years later, about 2 years ago, when the documentary, the film bioflick on Michael Jackson was being made, they came back to the Globe Theater again to shoot the night where Michael Jackson and Diana Ross go to Studio 54 and meet Quincy Jones. And I found out from the production crew of that movie that the Globe Theater is actually to scale compared to Studio 54.
serious?
Yes. So this is why whenever somebody wants to replicate the Studio 54, this is their best bet,
This
because
is
we're quite literally built to scale.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
I love the history. I'm sure there's so much more history in these. If
Yes.
these walls could talk,
Yes.
right? They tell a wonderful story, I'm
Yes.
sure. And Morosco, he didn't just inhabit the theater, he inhabited the whole building, right?
That's correct. It was there's a 10-story office tower above us, and the Globe Theater. They are considered one building, but you can't really access one from the other. So they're separate units, but one property. One.
And by the
building.
way, the office tower, newly renovated,
Newly.
so beautiful. Mon took me on a personal tour of it if you're looking for office space.
Yes, we welcome you
join us,
back.
right?
Yep, absolutely.
Well, fabulous.
Absolutely.
Oh, so amazing. I love that this was like the first Broadway theater.
Yes.
Period. Just
Very
so
much
much
so.
history. Talk about this for hours. So, how was the process of renovating such an important piece of downtown LA history? How long did it take, and how did you come up with the vision for the Art Deco style?
Like I told you, when my dad bought this place in 1986, I have spent many hours of my life here. After the previous operator vacated the space, I spent a lot of time in here by myself, just kind of sitting around, looking around, and all of the thoughts in my head for the last 30, 40 years, every time I walked inside the Globe, that, why doesn't somebody do this? Why doesn't somebody do that? This needs to be fixed. That needs to be fixed. This was a running to-do list in my head that had been accumulating over decades.
Decades, I'm sure.
And
Just thinking about it in the back of your
thinking
head.
about
If I could only.
if I could only, if I could only. So, just a lot of labor of love and just really trying to bring it back to its glory. A little bit of historical research led me to find that the original color inside the Globe Theater was a French gray with all the gold accents.
Wow.
So when I decided to redo the box office lobby, in a nod to the original theater, we painted the entire box office lobby French gray and brought back the gold accents. And then when you walk in, then it's the beautiful red and gold palette that you see.
Oh, I love the red. It's just incredible. And when you all come, behind the bar, we'll probably show some B-roll footage here of it. The bars just look so incredible. Like we're in like a James Bond movie. I just love it so much. So
Thank
you've done
you.
such an incredible job with
Thank
really
you.
keeping the style. And when you walk in here, it's almost like you're transported to another time. Which is it's just so
I love
special.
hearing that. Thank you so much.
Oh, you've
Thank
done
you.
such a, I mean, praise you all day long, Omar.
Thank you.
So you have a DJ booth, a classy absinthe lounge
Yes.
right below us, and exquisite VIP areas. What types of events do you think could work best at the Globe?
A big part of the renovation was to turn the Globe into a plug-and-play venue. So among the new additions to the theater is 300 amp cam blocks, which makes us plug and play for film shoots. And really anything from weddings to bar mitzvahs. I always tell my friends who are looking for a space, I have the perfect place for you. Your children can have their own underground disco downstairs, and the parents
Right.
can be upstairs. Everybody can enjoy it. Dance parties, music festivals, live concerts, theater performances,
Broadway shows. Absolutely.
It would just be a dream to see that happen here again. Barbara Streisand has been on the stage of the Globe Theater.
Amazing.
One of many, many stars, Hollywood stars, who has graced the stage of this theater. And it would really be just such a personal honor for me to be able to know that under my stewardship, the Globe Theater was able to reach that moment again and be a part of Los Angeles's cultural life. I mean, this is the location that has the most theaters in, I think, the density in the country.
Highest concentration of theaters on one street in the country.
And it used to be the bustling hub of Los Angeles nightlife for decades.
Yeah.
And in the past 40, 50 years, it has ebbed and flowed. And, I hope that it will come back.
Well, if we have anything to do with it.
If we have anything to do with it.
And that's exactly what we're trying to do here at Broadway West, is trying to help you and the rest of the theater owners on the block to bring these theaters back to what it used to be. Activate them so that we have our own theater district right here in downtown Los Angeles. I know you
which we
love
deserve.
That, right?
Absolutely. I mean,
deserve it.
In every respect, not just culturally. I mean, if the city could see the financial, economic value. I mean, the Broadway district, the theater district in New York has an economy of a small nation.
$1 billion
right.
economy, yes.
And there's absolutely no reason why we can't have it here. We need a little bit of support from our government.
Absolutely.
We have a bad PR rap.
Absolutely.
Downtown Los Angeles is not a scary place. It is not a dangerous place. I lived in New York for 26 years.
So you know.
I can assure you, New York City, that every Angelino has a dream to go visit and spend the weekend and have a great time there, is much dirtier. I love New York, but in just no comparison. So people just need to come back again. Before COVID, this was the place where everybody wanted to go, wanted to be, and they'll come back. This will be the third cycle I see in downtown Los Angeles, and I am confident it will come back.
We're excited about it.
Yeah.
We're really excited about it. All right, so what are you most excited about in 2026?
Seeing a full calendar at the Globe.
Yep.
And it's starting to happen. Where our events calendar is filling up, and in a variety of ways, between concerts and music festivals, dance festivals. We are bringing back a beautiful act in downtown Los Angeles called Mambo Craze Cabaret.
Oh.
They
Talk more about that.
It's a beautiful Latin-inspired, tango-inspired show with live music and dancers and performers that is going to be part of our calendar starting February 21st, a Saturday, I believe that's the right date. We are bringing burlesque back to Broadway.
Oh, yes. Oh, so exciting.
With Miss Tosh, a very dear friend of mine, whose great-grandmother, by the way, acted as a actress on the stage of the of the Morosco Theater.
Wow, legacy. Legacy there.
Yeah,
wow.
There's a lot of legacy here. But I'm one of the legacies. Ms. Tosh is coming back as one of the legacies. We have other people on our team whose family members were involved in one way or another with the property. It's a beautiful moment in the revival of this theater that has a lot of heart and soul in it. And you're not the only person who tells me. Everybody who walks in says it feels different, it smells different, it just looks different, and people want to keep coming back. We have a weekly wonderful industry music night downstairs in the Absinthe Lounge, bringing back Old House every Thursday. So there's a lot of exciting things happening at the Globe.
Sounds like it. Wow, how exciting.
Yes.
I can't wait to see it all unfold.
Yes.
I really can't wait. All right, so you've told us the history. What is the lore here? You've told us a little bit with Madonna, with Michael Jackson, with Barbra Streisand. Any secrets or quirks most people don't know that you can share with us about the theater?
Yes, there are rumors that the Globe Theater is a haunted theater.
Oh, of course.
Those rumors
right.
exist about many of the theaters in downtown Los Angeles, but I am a firm believer that the Globe Theater has a very friendly ghost.
Oh, yes. I feel it.
Yeah,
Maybe a gay ghost.
maybe a gay ghost.
Wouldn't that be fun?
But in his or her interaction with me, usually happens with the lights.
Okay.
And just the most, mind-blowing things. And it usually happens when I'm here alone. But it always feels more like he's trying to just tickle me than scare me.
It's a gay ghost.
Yeah, probably. Probably. And I think maybe there's also an appreciation that, he or she has seen me, like literally here with my own hands,
Probably.
cleaning the place, painting the place, scraping the place. So
Probably thanking you. Just being,
yeah,
thank you.
Yeah.
People again. Dancing again.
Dancing again.
Wow.
Yes. A lot of dancing again.
Well, cool. So ghosts, anything else? Anything else special?
No, that's really the most tantalizing lore about the
And
club.
right behind you, Barbara Streisand was filmed.
Yeah,
right here.
yes,
right?
under the balcony that's behind me, in Funny Lady, there's a brief moment there where you can see her running around on stage, and she runs under the Charlie Chaplin balcony. Right behind you is the Marilyn Monroe balcony, where she's performing. I mean, one of many. J-Lo has a music video where she's in the Charlie Chaplin balcony. Pitbull has performed here. Lady Gaga has performed here months before she broke up. Yes,
Wow.
I had come back to visit my family for a Christmas vacation, and the operator back then, I reached out, hey, how's it going? And Lady Gaga? I'm like, yeah, I kind of heard of her. I'm not really sure. He's like, well, she's coming here tonight. If you want to come, you get to meet her. She's going to be.
Stop it.
And I tried to bring a couple of
My
friends
heart.
with me. They didn't want to come. I did not come.
Oh, no.
And literally,
back.
like 6-8 weeks later, she blew up.
Of course.
Blew up. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
This has been blessed by the divas.
Yes.
I feel.
Very many. Very, very many of them.
Wow.
Natalie Wood has shot movies here.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm sure there's so much more to dive into, but wow, this has just been so amazing. Just sitting here and talking to you in this incredible space.
Thank
Houman,
you.
thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you so
on the
much.
Broadway
Thank you.
West
Thank you
podcast.
for inviting me, and thank you for coming to the Globe.
Absolutely. And please tell our viewers and listeners how they can reach out and maybe book something here.
Well, they can go to our website, www.globetheater-la.com, and theater is spelled the British way, TRE.
Great.
But all you have to do is Google us, and you will get to us, and you will see our calendar of events and all of the ways in which you can reach out to us for your private events, for your fundraisers, corporate events, anything that you want to do. I have 2 kids, my 6-year-old daughter and my 4-year-old boy. We celebrated their birthday here.
Oh, how fun.
We
Oh, my
had
gosh.
jumpy castles and Batmans and
Inside
here. Yes,
Holy
absolutely.
moly.
It's a theater.
Oh, I love it. Yes.
Why not? The
Why
space just calls for it.
What
So
memories.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It was a
amazing.
beautiful day.
Well, please reach out to Houman. Please be part of the legacy of this incredible venue. And as you know, we are going to be working hard to help you bring more theater, more performances into the space. And we can't wait to see
I can't wait.
the future.
Yep.
All right.
It's
Thank you so
wonderful
much,
to be a
Houman.
partner with Broadway West.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
All right, now we're going to shift gears and meet a local artist elevating the music scene of Los Angeles today. Abdullah Rahsheen Hall is the artistic director of the Trans Choir of Los Angeles. They are an actor, singer, producer, and all-around vibrant human being. Abby, thank you so much for being on the podcast today.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
So excited to have you.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us. I just want to learn more about you. I met you at one of our outings as a Broadway
Yes.
West, and immediately it was like, I must talk more to this person. I must
felt
learn
the
more.
same way. I wanted to know
Great.
more about Broadway West. I wanted to see amazing theaters like this one that we're in, which
Gorgeous.
is incredible. I never want to leave.
Yes, so sparkly, so fun.
Yes, it's amazing. So since you asked, like you said, my name's Abdullah Hall. You could call me Abby. My pronouns are they, them, theirs. I am the artistic director of the Trans Chorus of Los Angeles, which is the nation's premier trans-identified chorus made up of trans men, trans women, gender non-conforming, gender non-binary people like myself, and intersex individuals. And we sing. Our music is our protest.
You sing beautifully too.
Thank you.
It's incredible. When did your involvement with the trans chorus first begin?
So the trans chorus started 10 years ago in 2015.
Okay.
This wonderful hybrid of three crazy, amazing things happened in the universe. One, Glee did an episode where they had 150 trans-identified singers on that show.
Wow.
People forget about that episode. So that episode aired, and then Gay Men's Chorus, the artistic director at that time, thought, wow, we should start a trans chorus.
Yeah.
And then somebody said to them, wow, you're not trans. It's the Gay Men's Chorus. It's not the same.
Yeah.
So it just so happened that the artistic director of that chorus's husband knew an amazing trans conductor named Lindsay Deaton, who just came here from Cincinnati. And they approached Lindsay, and that's how the Trans Chorus of Los Angeles was formed. It was this wonderful hybrid of Gay Men's Chorus reaching out to community, Ryan Murphy's inspiration, and Lindsay being there at the right place, right time. So Lindsay Deaton started the chorus, founded the chorus in 2015, and she was with the chorus from 2015 to 2017.
Okay.
During that time, I was on the board, and things had changed 2 years in, and 2017, myself and Dr. Catherine Davis became the interim artistic director, and she was the interim executive director. And that's when TCLA really changed. Before, you just needed to be trans and non-binary to be part of the chorus. Well, when I came in, I noticed that within the trans and non-binary community, there was a lot of just staying in your victimhood. And it was, everything is so hard for trans and non-binary people. Everything is such a struggle. And I realized when I talked to the chorus, I'm like, y'all, I'm Black. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, you can't be in your victimhood. We are not victims. We are victorious. And that's where our motto, victim to victorious, came about. Because I did not want us to be a chorus that happened to be the trans chorus. I wanted us to be the trans chorus. I wanted us to be a group where it was an amazing bunch of singers who happened to be trans.
Yeah.
So that's how it
the
started
art
off.
and the healing through art is the important part.
Absolutely. Giving voice to voices that have either stopped singing because they thought during their gender affirmation they could never go back to singing again because of the differences being on hormone replacement therapy or just in this new presentational body and voice. What are you going to do with it? So one of the things that I did take away from our former artistic director was she would talk about giving people a voice. So I knew my job was to give voice to where voices would not be heard in other choirs. We are the only trans chorus now. No, I need to correct that. We're not the only trans chorus. There are 8 in America.
Okay.
Yeah, there's 8 of us.
Amazing.
There's 250 LGBTQ identified choruses throughout North America.
Yeah.
So, but we are the only SATB trans-identified chorus: soprano, alto, tenor, bass, baritone. And we have some amazing female bass singers and baritone singers. We have amazing trans mass sopranos, but we also just have amazing singers there that have felt so comfortable in their bodies to use their voice and lifting it in song no matter where it is on that vocal spectrum.
Yes. I love that because music is really so healing, and just being able to be surrounded by music and being able to be a part of that is so fundamentally human and psychologically healing. And to be without that for some of those members must have been very painful. So I'm so glad that they now have a place to sing.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It's freeing. It's free.
Yes. The TCLA has been featured on many exciting projects, including Rabel's exquisite song, The Village.
Thank
immediate
you.
tears. Do you have a favorite collaboration from your time with the choir?
Oh my gosh. Well, you mentioned Rabel, so it's got to be Rabel.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
No, we've done we have been so blessed and so fortunate. My background is actually entertainment. I was at Paramount Pictures before working with the chorus. And so I just started marketing us as you would a client. And I knew that there are people out there that would want to collaborate with us. So I can't say I have yes, I will say my number one favorite is our very first one. And I will give shout outs. If you have not seen it, it's called Don't Give Up. It's by a singer right here from Los Angeles named Maggie Zabo, who is an amazing writer. She was the first one to give us a chance and an opportunity. That video that we did with them really helped spark where TCLA is now. And that opened up the doors for us to record with Maggie Zabo, with Rabel, with Muna, with Jasmine Fertie, Andy Grammer, Angelica Ross, Alex Newell. Who am I? I'm forgetting some people. Mila Jam, who is an amazing trans singer. I hope I'm not forgetting. Oh, gosh, G Flip. Just all these singers that were looking for trans and non-binary people to sing with, but not just because they're trans and non-binary. They did like you. They went and they saw our videos and they were like, oh, they can sing.
They're beautiful singers. Beautiful music. So we talked earlier about music being sort of therapeutic. I know for me, it's been therapy. It sounds like for you, you have the same experience. How has your involvement with the arts evolved in the face of hate and discrimination from the current administration?
Wow, that's a strong question. That's a wonderful question. So, as we know, this current administration is, they're so gung-ho for trans people. They just love us.
They're so obsessed
much.
With you.
They just want to be
can't
us.
Stop talking
They're
about
just
you.
so obsessed right now. They just can't stop taking away the rights. So this is what we did. So when all this anti-trans rhetoric started with this administration, one, I mentioned Dr. Catherine Davis, trans woman, 79 years old. She's okay with me saying her age. Aren't you, Catherine? She got her passport back. She's a Canadian citizen and an American citizen. And when she got her passport back from America, it had her birth identity. It had M. Mm-hmm. And her Canadian passport has F. And what she did was so uplifting. She called and said, hey, I think there's an error with my passport, blah, blah, blah. They told her there was an error with her paperwork. She was like, okay, they're not going to change this. So she put in her passport. She said, I'm paraphrasing, I've noticed I've been identified at my birth assignment, but I am female. But thank you so much, America, for recognizing the strong trans woman that I am. And I'm paraphrasing, Catherine. You could tell the story. But it was so empowering because she took that moment to let all the others know, don't let this change you. Don't let this get you down. This is where it is for right now. So then one of our wonderful, wonderful writers on our chorus, one of our music directors, Alana Balagot and Corinne Birch, Alana came up with this song called You Can't Erase Us. So we've been responding. Like I said, I've made music our protest.
Yeah.
So we use our songs like our song Victorious, to let them know you can try to knock us down, you can try to oppress us, but you can't erase us.
Yeah.
We're going to be here, so get used to it.
Yeah. I love that idea of music as protest, of art as protest, of
Yes.
just joy as protest, because they can't take that away from you.
Exactly.
Try as they might. So we don't want to only focus on hate and discrimination. Tell us how you find joy in your art.
Oh my gosh. Find joy in my art for myself and with the Trans Chorus of Los Angeles.
Yes.
So with TCLA, there are times and have been times over the years when we meet a lot of parents of trans children. And one of my favorite stories is years ago, we were performing, this was, good grief, pre-pandemic, we were performing at a Noise Within Theater in Pasadena for a show called Trans Sister Radio, put together by the amazing Michael Shepard, formerly of Celebration Theater. He loves a little pun. And when he first said Trans Sister Radio, I'm like, Michael, what? So we got there, we were doing this, and during that time, it was the rise of like a lot of trans artists. Michael Shepard went and looked for different trans artists of different ages, ethnic groups, and found this one little poet named Oliver Brake, 14 at the time, just little trans mass, loving family. Oliver saw us sing. And Oliver's family saw us sing. And that's when Oliver knew he was not alone, that he had a full family out there waiting to love on him. And when at the end of the show, Oliver came up and he was talking to me, and I said, when you become 18, come find us because we're 18 and over. When Oliver turned 18, Oliver came to the chorus, auditioned, and got in, and is a part of TCLA. Thank God he could sing because it is an audition process. But that's what brings me joy.
Yeah.
What brings me joy is, meeting an amazing trans woman like Christy Girlington, who's 6 feet tall, and this amazing bass, who said for years she stopped singing because the vocal didn't match what society's presentation thinks. And when I hear these stories of different artists stifling themselves and not using their voice, I know my job is to give voice again.
Yeah.
To help them use that voice in whatever capacity they can do it. Whether you are going to be Beyonce, Taylor Swift, or you're just going to be Michelle singing. That's what it's all about.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so important to just sing for yourself.
Exactly.
Yes. I love that.
Oh my gosh, you got me crying over here.
I know. I'm like,
reminiscing.
Hold it together, Michelle. Are there other artistic pursuits that you enjoy that you want to tell us about? I know you are a multi-hyphenate
Yes.
being.
Well, yes. Well, besides being an actor myself, I just love entertaining.
Yeah.
Period. I worked for 20 years at Paramount Pictures in business and legal affairs. And one of the things that's where I cut my teeth as a producer. And one of the things I really learned is if you really love the arts, you love it soup to nuts. And I understand, like, when you see those old movies where it's like in, oh my God, why am I blanking on Margot Channing? Oh my God. I'm going to die. I'm losing career points here. All About Eve. Thank God.
Great.
Thelma Ritter plays her dresser maid, and she talks about she's just happy if she's sweeping the theater.
Yeah.
And I get that now, just to still be a part of it. So I love writing, I love singing, I love acting, I love all my theatrical pursuits. Even this, what y'all are trying to do, bring theater back to Los Angeles, because we need it in Los Angeles. I love New York, but I am getting so tired of going all the way back there to see a show when they could come right here.
It's a long flight. Let's bring it here.
And they all have houses here.
Yes.
So Audra McDonald, please bring Gypsy here, please.
Get on the to-do list. Do you have a connection to downtown Los Angeles?
Well, growing up here,
Okay.
excuse me. So I went to Hollywood High, like I said earlier, and I grew up in Pasadena. And then one of my first jobs was a couple blocks from here at Latham and Watkins Law Firm, right around the
Okay.
corner. What I love about downtown LA and what I see happening down here is this just resurgence of rebuilding what it once was. So growing up here, my mother used to take us to Clifton's. Now, this is back when Clifton's was still a cafeteria.
Wow.
It was affordable for a single mom with 3 kids.
Yeah.
It was kind of in disrepair, but you still loved it. It still had that
Had character.
smell and that character. And
Yeah.
it just made me think of like, what was this in its heyday? And looking at all these old theaters here, I'm like, what was this like? So
Yeah.
seeing LA go through its period of a time when nobody would come downtown. Oh my gosh. There was a time when people were like, meet me downtown, and you're like, why? I'm not going
Anywhere
downtown.
else.
And now you have so much life here.
Yeah.
And things happening. And I'm an SGV, San Gabriel Valley kid. I'm like a burb kid. And I'm like, do I want to move downtown or do I want to face the mountains? And lately I'm like, okay, downtown has changed enough to where I would consider living downtown.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, and that's what we need is arts lovers that also love downtown Los Angeles,
Yeah.
because we are trying to let people know that it's not the scary reputation that it has.
Absolutely.
And there's so much history. I'm relatively new to Los Angeles in general, and like every time I come down here, I'm like, you can see like remnants of history.
Yeah.
And I just want to know more. And
Yeah.
I just want to bring more people down here and bring more theater and arts and
Absolutely.
culture. I want to know about, do you have any visions for the future of the arts in Los Angeles within the Transchorus or maybe out of it? What would you like to see happen?
What would I like to see happen with the arts in LA?
I know we're in a time of flux with
Yeah.
a lot of the film industry sort of not being here as much, and the time is now for rebranding.
Yeah, that is a really good question, because what I would like to see, now that you say that, is for artists to keep on creating.
Yeah.
For us not to get so tied up in the Hollywood muckety muck. Because right now, and I'm speaking from my own experience being at one of the majors for so long, none of these theaters are being run by creative people anymore.
Right.
They're being run by, Silicon Valley or people that just want bottom line. And I know from my own experience being at Paramount Pictures, I thought one of the deaths of film is the franchise. Mm-hmm. I am a huge nerd, geeky. I know everything Marvel and everything X-Men. But the way it's been churned out, it's like it's ruining it.
Yeah.
It's taking out everything that Stan Lee put there, or the Transformers, or just, I would love for LA to become a movie capital again, because that's what we've always
theater
been, or
capital.
a theater capital, and a theater capital, because at one time, wasn't it a theater capital here too?
Yeah.
People didn't go to New York, not knocking you, New York, I love you still. But people didn't travel from LA to New York like that. The shows would go and come here.
Yeah.
But like to see LA thrive again artistically like that, like I said, with the movie business, I want to see more than just, the superhero franchises. So many of us spent our life's work, our blood, sweat, and tears on honing our craft. I did not spend all those years at Meisner to just play a superhero.
Yes.
I want some dramas. I want some
Yes.
comedies. I want adult content. Now that I'm grown, I want adult content. I want the Four Seasons, even though they
Yes.
remade it, I want that. I want
Yes.
what I saw that inspired me to be the artist that I am. It would be great to see that again. And then adding in the queerness factor of that, to show lived experiences of the LGBTQ spectrum, to show
Yes.
lived experiences of being Black and queer and not being the side person.
Yeah.
Moonlight was the first black gay movie where no one died of AIDS and it wasn't religious.
We need
First
more queer
time we
joy.
had a love story.
Yeah.
First time ever. You know, I'm looking for that within the trans spectrum, seeing really more movies about lived trans lives, not lived trans tragedy. You know,
Yes.
not the Oscar bait movies
Sure,
and things
yeah.
like that. I
Not
think we
checking a
can do it.
box.
Yes, I
Yeah.
think we could do it. And in these times of uncertainty, great art comes out of that.
Yes.
And so I'm encouraging every artist out there, let your art speak for you right now. We can't always be out there in the streets doing everything, but art always spoke to what was going on, all the atrocities in the world,
Yeah.
especially in this country. So I'm hopeful for that. I'm hopeful
Yeah.
that we'll start seeing more and more of that in this festival that y'all
I was
are
just going to
bringing
say,
up.
write it down and submit it to us.
Yes.
Let us put it on the
Yes.
stage.
That would be amazing.
Yes, that would be amazing. Well, thank you so much for sharing that
Oh,
lovely
thank you.
vision with us.
Yeah.
And are there any personal socials that you'd like to shout out?
Yes, you can find me at Abdullah Rahsheen. That's ABDULLAHRASHEEN on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Abdullah, for
Thank
joining
you,
me here
Michelle.
today. And thank you all, listeners and watchers, for joining us on the Broadway West podcast. We will see you next time.